No way. All right. Let me double check on YouTube before we get into it here. I want to make sure everything's going here before I start rambling about something. And okay, let's check it out. Maybe. Maybe you check my email. Okay, let's try this. Maybe. Oh, yeah, we're set. Perfect. Okay. All right, welcome to the Sunday evening trade talk. Just kind of discussing this week, the thoughts from all my trading this week. Just kind of looking over things over the weekend and also looking at things going into this next trading week. So here we are. Last week was kind of rough. I think I went like 1 for 4 or 5 last week. Not very good. So 20, 25%, somewhere in there. I could be buffing that. But I did really like my confidence this week. I felt like as I entered the market, I could get a draw on liquidity clearly. I could determine the direction of the market clearly, which is good. But the execution is poor. Let me see if I can actually pull up executions. Let's see, are they here? No? Did that not work? Okay. Let me try it again. Hello? Okay. I don't know why that's not showing. All right, I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, of the 5 or 6 trades I took, I was confident with most of them. I would say probably 2 or 3 of them I think were like really good setups, but market conditions just weren't there for it. And I mean, I was maybe on like a no news Monday, or I was trading day before FOMC or Friday no news, you know what I mean? So a lot of it comes down to the conditions, I think, this week, where they're just not probable. And you can get good PA and good setups on those days, but more times than not, you're going to get weak PA. Or the thing that I noticed a lot in my trading this week was I would enter a trade, good entry, I'd probably go up 30, 40 points, whatever, a couple $100 on micros. And I'd be like, okay. And I approached the PT. The PT would be in the right spot, in liquidity. And then we'd, for some ever reason, reverse. And I don't know if that is just me on the wrong side of the market. I don't feel like it is, because a couple times we reversed just to go higher. So maybe I need to stop placement needs work there. I do think my execution, my entries can be a little better. I am getting better at entries, which is something I struggled with for a long time, was getting horrible entries. But I am getting there on my entries, which is important, obviously. Stop placement's tough. I won't lie, this funded here. I'm not going to show anything. I don't want people to see my account number. Not like anyone's watching this, but my top step is about blown. So we're almost there. Honestly, the reset would be kind of nice. I'm at a point now where I feel like a reset. I'm just so far down right now that it's a lot to get. I'm not saying I can't do it, but I think I'm like $200 away from account blow, which it is May 11th. So that would give me about 20 days to paper trade and kind of build that confidence back up. And then at the top of the month, it would be a reset. Not saying that's like a good thing. I'm not happy with that. But this last funded, I don't think I was even in profit. I think it was just a downtrend. And it started off with bad trades. I think over time I got better, and it's slowing down. I'm not losing as fast anymore. I've been more break even. And I'd say this week I don't even know what my total P&L was, but I was down, and I with wins on FOMC day, I got a little bit back, which was nice. But it still obviously sucks to not be profiting, right? This is a business. It's what we want to do. But it's tough, man, and there is some pressure for me to succeed, my parents are looking at me from the outside perspective. I'm a janitor. When I'm not trading, I make 20 grand a year after taxes. So I'm like, not making much, but there is some pressure to succeed. And I think you need to see through that in the trading, it's like, and as a Christian too, man, like God's will is going to be done regardless, so if he wants me trading, I'm going to be trading. If not, he'll show me what I want to do, and I think I could definitely use more peace in that. I think that would help. And so I think just recognizing that comes with faith, man. And so praise the Lord for that. But yeah, man, I don't know. This week should be interesting. Looks like on NQ, we took liquidity here. We swept it, higher time frame. This is also equilibrium of the range. So tomorrow is no news. So honestly, I would kind of want to watch to see. I want to see some structure build here to see, okay, are we going to hold? Are we going to go higher? I mean, it's possible we retrace. There's a lot of things that could happen here because we're at equilibrium. We took buy side. There is an SMT right now, higher time frame SMT. ES is still a ways away. So there's definitely a lot of things that could happen. And especially with tomorrow being no news, I would say we just wait. Let's take a look. Yeah, so news this week, nothing tomorrow. Tuesday, that'll be nice. Wednesday, no news. Okay. Thursday, we've got a lot. Okay, that'll be nice. And Friday, news. Okay. So what is that, Wednesday? So Wednesday and Monday, no news. So whether I don't trade or maybe just paper trade those days, we'll see. I don't know how much I'm actually going to live trade this week. I've been trading back in my mentorship group, which has been good. But, yeah, man, I can definitely, when it comes to journaling, I'll say, and reviewing trades and sometimes even backtesting, I can get very lazy, and I think that is maybe a product of my success. So I've been trying to focus on, okay, let's spend some more time focusing on this, working on the setups, working on backtesting, right? And see if, what we get from that, what the fruit of that is. And I just started, so I want to see. The journaling definitely needs work. I did just notice this gap. I don't know why I didn't say anything about this earlier. We do have a gap here, so potentially for tomorrow, could potentially see a rebalance to this gap or Tuesday. Again, probably smart to not trade. I can't say I'm going to trade my funded tomorrow. Maybe I'll just paper trade or just forward test, watch it. I don't know. But it's the beginning of a new week, man. It's Monday tomorrow, and we're going to get after it. It's tough because I'm not in a place that I want to be with trading. But I can't focus on that too much because the more I focus on that, the more I revenge trade and the more I FOMO and the more I take bad setups just to make money, And so the ultimate goal has got to be, hey, we're here to build good habits. This is a business, right? We want to be successful. You want to provide for a family one day. So we need to treat it that way. We need to treat it as such. It's not gambling. I'm not here to put all on black and walk away. It's like, hey, you're trying to provide here, man. If you want to do this full time, and so that is a part that I also need to take into account. But man, I'm excited. I do currently where I stand. I do believe this is where I'm going to be. I feel like I am going to trade full time. I pray about it all the time. And man, if God wants me doing something else, I will be somewhere else. But as of right now, this feels like this is it. And so I need to take this seriously, and as a Christian as well, like I got to work at it as for the Lord, not for myself, man. So it's like, if this is what the Lord's blessed me with, this career, then I got to treat it with respect, And so, yeah, just some thoughts going into the week. I just did a reflection over the week, kind of over my trading, over some discipline, some things that need to be done, some things that need to be fixed. I'm excited. It's going to be a good week. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of a Sunday night trade talk, like just kind of chopping it up, reviewing the week, reviewing trades, just kind of going over everything. I don't know why my executions aren't showing, because I would love to see maybe here. Dude, what? I have everything shown. I don't know. All right, I'm not going to mess with it. I'll figure it out later. But, that's weird. But, yeah, it's interesting. This is a journey. And as I'm not profitable, I trust in the Lord. I do feel like I'm in a good place. That being said, there's pressure because not everyone thinks I can do it. A lot of people want me to quit. Straight up. I'll be real, man. I got pressure to quit every single day and go find a real job. Like, bro, I am trying to make this a real job. So, it's the pressure that comes with business and with wanting to do something different than the grain, man. For me, there's more to life than going to college and getting in debt and working a 9 to 5. Like, man, I want to have freedom to trade and, do ministry work and, and do what I want to do, and have freedom to give, man, and to bless people and bless my family, man. Like, so there's a lot that comes with it. But I think we're gonna get there, man. I have conviction. I have confidence. Again, God's got me, so I've been praying to the Lord every single day. So if the Lord is for me, who can be against me? So, whether it's trading or not, I don't know yet. But I do feel in my heart, I do have conviction that this is where He wants me. And so I've got to take it seriously. I know I'm getting redundant here. So yeah, man, I'm excited for this week. It's going to be good. We're very bullish, higher time frame. And so, yeah, again, like I said, it'd be interesting to just kind of watch tomorrow. We need to see some more structure here to see if we want to rebalance or potentially just go higher. But we do have an SMT and we are at equilibrium. So, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot that can happen. So loose bias going into tomorrow, this week especially. Let's look at the daily. Daily is just bullish as heck. Gap up here. I will say if we do want to rebalance, we can expect this gap to be the rebalance. Midnight gap. So yeah, we'll see tomorrow. We'll open up the charts tomorrow and see where we're at. If there is a setup, then I'm not going to hesitate. If it looks good and lines up with my rules, and that's another thing. Following rules this week is a big one. I want to focus on specifically waiting for manipulation to take trades, right? So whether that be an SMT or a turtle soup before reversal, we need to see that. A lot of the times I'm taking trades prior to manipulation, and then the manipulation happens, stops me out, and then we go in my direction. So the manipulation has to happen first. Whether that be an SMT or a turtle soup low, or maybe a fair value gap getting ran, or equilibrium, whatever. There's a ton of PD arrays, but that needs to happen, and I need to wait for candle closures. Whether it be us running through a 5 minute and then we wick it 2 minutes in, we run it 2 minutes in and wick it in the last 3 minutes, and then we're still bullish. And I wanted to be bearish, right? And so it's waiting for those. And another one, and the main one, is just recognizing order flow. Man, here's a trade I can literally show you. So this week, is this Friday? This was Friday, right here. All these wicks. Let me replay. I think, yeah, here we go. This was market open right here. Okay, so market open. Here's the thing. I'm not trying to blame anybody. I was bearish, but I got onto my mentorship call and they were bullish, and that's cool. There was reason for price to go higher. There was bullish signs. But if you look at this, come down. Okay, we had just swept buy side here, so buy side is swept. Okay, mess around, displacement, pull back to equilibrium OTE right here. This is literally a textbook sell model with sell side below, sell side resting here, okay? Sell side below. And I think my target was actually here. I don't think I was targeting here. I was targeting the internal. I went long when my mentorship went long. But look at how bearish this is, guys. Wick. And granted, there are bullish wicks here, but I also think this is just generating liquidity. Rebalance to generate liquidity. This to me is bearish. Displacement, pullback. Now, if I lose and we go long, right? And I think what ended up happening, I don't even know if I got a PT for a first take profit here. I'm not sure if I did. But as you can see, manipulated market open. Okay, and dump. There's liquidity. Look at that. Straight run. You get your boom. That's efficient PA. You get the wicks. Okay, there's no higher. We're lacking higher. We're holding bearish order flow. Dude, at this point, like right here, okay, we're messing around, still holding bearish order flow, or bullish order flow, sorry. This fair value gap is here, holding us up. Okay, wick. Yep, cool. Here we go. Change in the state. I don't know if there was an SMT. Let's check. Because this would be a forever model if there was an SMT. Where are we? Where are my candles? Here we go. Okay. Oh, shoot. I'm not used to doing this on the laptop. Okay. Doesn't look like we have an SMT. No SMT, but that's okay. You don't necessarily need it. It adds conviction, but it's not necessary. Changing the state right here. We displace all of these lows. All of this right here. Displace it. Run the fair value gap. Sell. Your sell model is literally right here. And at this point, this is clear. So I'd say sell. You can even say anticipate a bad fill, like even down here, right? Stop placement. Lately, I've been putting my stops above fair value gaps. And on a trade like this, I think it would be okay because we would expect this to hold. But honestly, the smartest thing to do is put it at the high, which would be here. Now, it skews your risk quite a bit. But here, still a 1.85, basically a 2. And if you put it below the fair value gap, you're now down to a 3.8, basically a 4. Not a bad trade. It's just recognizing order flow. It's not taking into account, okay, all the other market noise. It's just order flow. Look at PA. This to me is bearish. And it played out. And again, I'm not here to say, I took it bullish. And was that my really bias? No. So that's something I need to work on is, look, if I have a bias, stick to it. Don't let anyone phase me out of a bias. Because I was bearish here. I was very bearish here. And I took longs, in here somewhere in this chop. So look how that worked out. But that's just kind of one example, man. It's just order flow, just reading order flow. And like these points right here, like this is long. Once we take this sell side, dude, like to me, this is long. And we gapped up, man. We took liquidity. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for tonight. Just a quick little conversation talking about the market reflecting. It's good to talk about this. I know this ain't getting views. I'll be the only one who watches this, but it's going to be beneficial to me. So that's why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this for anybody but myself and anyone who ever maybe stumbles across this. So we'll see. But yeah, that is it for the Sunday night trade talk. Have a wonderful week to whoever's watching, and see you later.